Hello.
Hello.
Hello, YouTube.
Excellent. Welcome back to another episode of Waiting for Players. I'm Peter.
I am Adam.
And I'm Adam. And we are...
AA and P.
Yeah.
Wait.
We are Joshless and Johnless tonight.
Good riddance.
Yeah.
Screw those guys. Being tired from having lives and important stuff to do.
Nope. Unacceptable.
John just recently moved, I think,
Yes.
right?
Oh,
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
so he's
Very
putting
nice.
away his underwear, his thousands of underwear.
Yeah. Tucking his dildos back under the bed.
Crying into his huge pillow.
And Josh just needed a vacation, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Everybody
Everybody
needs a
those.
vacation,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's basically what we did last week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, feels good to be back, although it is weird that we come back and then half the crew's gone as well.
Yeah. It's been a little while, I think, since we had a full crew. So.
Yeah.
Hey, people need their days off. I mean, good thing you guys weren't one of those losers that went to Oregon to watch the eclipse.
Yeah, a bunch of squares.
Why in the world do you need binoculars in this game?
So I
To watch the
can,
eclipse? Oh,
so I can see far, Peter.
Uh,
So I can see far.
So you want to tell us what game we are playing?
We are playing Unturned, which is...
Are you eating mouse pointers right now?
Yeah.
Like nachos? Okay. It just looked like you took a mouse pointer and started eating it.
It's a piece of cheese.
I think we
What
talked
was
about
this?
this game on our 8th episode of Waiting for Players, right?
Wow,
We
you
did,
are right
yes.
spot on there with that number,
Yeah,
Pete.
because I remember because you said it earlier. Don't make me seem like an asshole. You're like, oh, a guy that memorizes everything.
Yeah, on episode 8. Back then, it was a... Well, yeah, so we're playing Unturned. It's a zombie survival game. Voxel? No.
Not really.
Square. That's pretty much
It's got a Minecraft look, but it's not voxel
Yeah.
because we can't break anything down into little bits.
We get... Well, yeah, not like that. You can break down trees and stuff, and there is a
Oh,
crafting
okay.
and a building system. But it's not anywhere near like Minecraft's.
Right. What makes Minecraft voxel though is that the environment is made out of voxels.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what
So
a
that
voxel
way
game
everything is destructible or manipulatable. You know?
Okay.
I don't know.
is.
Juicy Gaming says, "Yo, I just joined to say hi.
Hello.
Hey,
Well,
what's
hello.
up, Juicy?
Glad you could join us."
Seriously, we like it when people come.
We
So
do.
lonely.
Man, your inventory is filling up. But we were playing this game before the stream.
Dude, good spawn, man.
It was a very good spawn. Before he was naked trying to get stuff from a submarine, realizing that he couldn't carry anything.
Yeah,
Now we've got way too many magazines of things and bullets and stuff.
I'm ready
We
to
did
rock
that
and
before.
roll. So yeah, this game was in pre-alpha for a couple of years. It's only been made by one person, so I'm kind of impressed just on that alone. But it's a zombie survival game like the likes of DayZ, and it is now multiplayer.
You might want to keep looking around just in case someone shoots you.
Oh, I got this.
Yeah, I think when we did cover this game, we weren't live and we weren't on video back
Exactly.
then, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So now we're gonna come back and show it to you again. Actually, show it to you this time. And
And as a completed game, as well as
is it completed?
I mean, he's still doing updates and stuff for
But
it.
it's fully released.
But it's
not
fully
a demo.
released. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, there's some things that the colliders are just angry. Like you should not. It's like quicksand or something.
So I'm assuming that's supposed to be the Space Needle.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the Space Needle. It's Western Washington is actually one of the maps, but I mean,
Is this guy from
no.
Washington? Okay.
I don't think so.
I'm just saying. He probably got that from Thingiverse. They're like, the thing is you can 3D print it, and he just went on to Thingiverse and grabbed
shit.
a bunch of assets, and now the Space Needle is in the game.
Could be.
I could be really
There's
accurate
a
about that.
fire
We'll
over
find
there. Oh.
Out. Never, probably.
I fell onto the building of a roof, or the roof of a building.
So
and
maybe
I,
heal yourself, then jump down again.
I'm gonna die.
No, you
Totally about to die. I have a broken bone from just that small fall. This is not gonna work out at all.
Can you fix it?
I had a splint in my last game. Looks like I just live on this roof now.
So it looks like this game was officially released on July 7th, 2017.
Yes, so just about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Oh. I may have broken legs, but I can still shoot people. Sorry, heard a gunshot.
Very nice. How many people are on this server?
Right now on this server, there are 6 of us.
Oh, wow.
6 of us.
So
yes.
we may run into some
Well, there's a
people here.
fire in that building over there, and I'm pretty sure those have to be made. Yep, there's a person down there.
Yes, Juicy Gaming, we are still going to PAX this weekend.
Oh my god, I survived that.
I think all of us are going at least one day, right?
Yeah.
Are you not?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, didn't mean to rub it in.
Yeah.
I'm usually there for PAX Dev and all 4 days of PAX, but I had some vacation time scheduling problems, so I wasn't able to do that. So I'm only going Monday this year. Which
Gotcha.
Because PAX Dev is fun, and if you've never been, even if you don't make video games and you're not a developer, there's plenty to see, and
Yeah.
you get a 4-day PAX ticket, like guaranteed.
Nice, very
So,
nice.
There is that.
I'm only going on Sunday unless I can manage to find a Saturday ticket somehow.
You
Yeah.
can always go up there and get one scalped.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's probably the one. That's most likely the
But
one.
I hate those people, and I don't want to support them.
People are trying to make a living at them.
Well,
Remember days not too long ago where you did similar stuff?
Juicy Gaming says bye. Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Selling porn videos on the street.
I
He's gonna
was,
deny it.
yes.
Mike also wants to say, I see 2 guys who can make it to the podcast but can't make it to the barbecue for a team building barbecue. LOL.
What
Is it
was
Josh?
I doing? Oh, that's right. Working a side job making that paper, so you'll have to excuse me.
I was in Leavenworth, so
Yeah.
unavoidable family shit.
But same thing. Thanks for joining us, Mike.
Are you being shot at?
I don't know. I can't see shit. It's dark, and I'm scared.
It is really dark. Like I'm having a hard time seeing.
That doesn't help that
It's
that
pretty
light
dark.
reflects into the TV.
Yeah,
There's a ton of stars in the sky, though.
yeah. It's a good night sky.
It
the
is.
clouds are they're just
Blocked.
they literally block all light. They're- just big holes in the sky. Actually, have you guys ever heard of Veta Black? I think we might have talked about it before. Veta Black paint. Like it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh,
the
I do.
super light absorbent paint. It looks like a hole in reality. But the
Nice.
guy's holding a sphere, and it looks there's no dimension whatsoever. It's like shadow boxed completely.
Nice. It just absorbs so much light.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's kind of disconcerting. And we were talking about possibly like some friends of mine were talking about making having a game box that was completely Veta Black. Like you see it on the shelf at Target, but it has no dimension because it
Nice.
it looks like a weird hole in reality. Then you pick it up, and if there was any way for the ink on that to be heat sensitive, you know. So and then you touch the box, and now it's gone from hole in reality to having a logo. You know, when you put your hand on it.
Nice.
That would be fucking
Anyway, probably way too expensive,
Right.
like for a package ever. But fuck, would that be cool? Speaking of board games and places that you buy them, Target, I think Target the store, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. May have leaked the Game of Thrones Bethesda game.
Yeah. So
Really?
Yeah.
a user on NeoGAF spotted a listing from Target that says it was mostly blank except for one phrase. It said Bethesda Game of Thrones.
That's rough.
Pretty. I feel like that kind of tells you exactly what it's supposed to be.
The same thing happened
Hopefully.
to From Software actually on SteamDB. There was a item on SteamDB that was like a From Software game. It had a really bogus name, but when you clicked on it, the portrait and the description were the Bloodborne game for PC.
Really?
So there might be a Bloodborne game coming in the future. This is totally rumor, right?
Right,
Just like
right.
that is.
Oh, yeah,
but
for
that's,
sure.
It's enough official information, like being on a database on a corporate server somewhere, you know? There's enough information there to glean that that's possible. You know, at least possible that they're doing it. I would love a Bloodborne PC game, even though I already bought it on PS4. But then I'd be able to run it at not 30 frames a second because fuck you, console. But, oh man, how did you go that fast down the ladder, bro? What are you doing?
Fell. I'm about to die.
This would be one of the biggest AAA. I don't know if we're considering Telltale Game of Thrones to be a AAA title.
I wouldn't.
Okay,
It
yeah,
sucked.
I wouldn't either.
We gave
but
up. We started it and we gave up on it.
It's not that good, right? Am I wrong?
It's not. It's
I
boring.
only played the first 2 episodes and I couldn't get into it. There weren't enough characters you cared about in it. I
Right.
feel like.
Right.
And the
well,
writing
well,
was
they
terrible.
had some. They had some of the main characters, and I liked that all of the main characters that were in the game were actually voiced by the
the
actors on the show,
yeah.
which
That
was
was
pretty
pretty
cool.
cool.
It just was boring. You know, took too long to get through things. It was some of the longest episodes we played of Telltale games. So
That's unfortunate.
yeah, we didn't. We made the decision not to finish it. The huge naked guy on the screen right now.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't have privates.
With crazy looking arms.
He has no articulating features whatsoever. I like how his eyeballs are 3 big pixels.
So apparently it's pretty well known that Bethesda's working on at least two major games right now.
Right. Elder Scrolls 6 for sure.
Apparently, well, according to this article, they're working on 2 games that take priority over that game.
Priority over Elder Scrolls 6.
That's
Bethesda.
Throw my phone! What the fuck are you guys doing?
I guarantee you one of those 2 projects is putting fucking Skyrim somewhere else on a different goddamn platform.
So, no, these are new games. So.
Okay.
One of them is supposed to be called something like Starfield or something. It's going to be an action sci-fi RPG, which sounds like it could be pretty cool. And then people are just kind of now assuming that the second game is the Game of Thrones game that leaked.
Wouldn't it be interesting? When I was at PAX around like 4 or 5 years ago, I was actually there with Josh. We were watching a Prey 2 cinematic, and the Prey 2 gameplay was nothing at all like the Prey 2 that we covered. Like, nothing at all. Like, there was, like, bounty hunting
that one's
space
not
shit.
Prey, though. They scrapped Prey 2 and went with the reimagining that we played.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that it's possible that the gameplay we saw back then is something to do with this new property.
I guess apparently Bethesda was approached to make a Game of Thrones game a long time ago. Actually, before they made Skyrim, they were offered to make a Game of Thrones game, and basically they turned them down and decided to make Skyrim instead.
So there's a possibility that there isn't a Game of Thrones game, that they leaked.
Yes,
okay.
It's very possible. In fact, at the article is updated with Target claiming that this was not a real product and it's just a hoax. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, wouldn't you too if you potentially leaked something this big? You know.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to be like, oh no, that wasn't it. You know?
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Exactly.
Third possibility: Bethesda and Target are working together to gauge people's reaction, to see whether people would want a Bethesda Game of Thrones game.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's just like those times that there was a bunch of rumors that came out about the Xbox One and DRM that never ended up being true.
Wow.
I feel like that at sometimes like you just like, I'm gonna let this leak, and then you see what fucking happens.
Exactly.
You know, and
I'm
then
sure that happens a lot.
You're like, apparently that was a bad fucking idea. Let's not do that. It's like crowdsourcing your ideas. But yeah, no, that's another possibility. But I think I would love a Game of Thrones. A game from Bethesda. I'm just wondering how they would do it. Would they have a whole different cast of characters like the Telltale game, or would they make it a strict 1-for-1 books or movies? Or
I think the safest bet would probably be to go into the past,
I think so.
Before the main story takes place.
I think if it was in the original Valyria, before the fall,
that would be cool.
And Aegon Targaryen coming to Westeros,
that could be pretty cool.
That would be super cool.
Yeah,
it would be.
Are you guys current on
Yes.
I am.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Aegon Targaryen for real though, having sex with his aunt. That
spoilers,
was
by the way. But
sorry. Sometimes I forget people are actually listening to us.
But yes,
thank you for watching.
Absolutely, Aegon Targaryen. That doesn't really spoil too much just saying that. Until you watch it, and then you realize how much it actually spoils. But.
Well, we kind of if you watched did you watch the post bit, the making of the episode?
Oh no, I did not.
The episodes?
You know, I almost always watch those, and it didn't like it. Last night when I was watching it, just went to the next show. It skipped it or something. So.
Shit!
You best jump around, fool. I one of the things they talked about was taking information that you already knew, and then making it into a scene. And so, I mean, we kind of already knew that from last season, the season before.
Well, they kind of spelled it out last season, at the end of last season, with the vision with Bran, you know.
Yeah.
And then they basically just completely confirmed it a few episodes ago with that with the book. That,
they were reading.
For sure. and now just kind of like flat out spelled it out, you know. So
they don't really talk too much about the prince that was promised in there. They talk about it a little. I mean, they did pretty explicitly this season.
Yeah.
But before that, there's like hints to it, but not a lot of like direct speak. In the books, there's a lot of sub talk about the prince that was promised, and so this is more or less a confirmation that Jon Snow is the prince that was promised. So we went on a Game of Thrones hole. I'm pretty sure there are other news stories, right?
There are, but Game of Thrones was so damn good.
It was.
If you're watching it and you haven't watched the last one, yeah, go do that.
I just watched a review online, and I don't completely agree with it, but there are some things. There's disparity between previous seasons and this one in the sense that this season they're not doing a very good job of showing time passing.
No,
They're like instantaneous teleportation. You can't tell that they went across the sea or anything, you know. And I think that's partially to do that there are fewer episodes and they don't have time to like not hit important.
Yeah.
Every scene has got to be an important moment. And before you could have Peter Baelish talking to two whores that are fucking each other, you know, talking about power, and that gives you this idea that like some things are happening when non-important things are happening.
So yeah, it's been. I'm pretty sure too. It's because they're running out of episodes. But I think they even said on the last.
Calm down.
On the last episode or this episode that like it would take like 2 fortnights to get to the wall from Winterfell. I believe they said.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts a little perspective on the last episode. The most ridiculous one I think was when they were stuck with the White Walkers. And they sent the Raven down to Dragonstone.
Oh yeah.
And then she flew her dragon all the way back up over the wall.
In the same day.
Yeah, and like this, it looked like it was like an hour or two, maybe. You know.
Well, it wasn't nighttime yet when she came. It wasn't quite nighttime.
Right.
When he threw that stone and that fucking zombie's like, oh,
Yeah.
I can think without a brain.
But I thought that was one of the most ridiculous. Just like there's no, even like just the raven flying would take way too long for that to happen. You know.
I kind of understand. They have to make some concessions, and I think that this season was really good. I'm not going to say it's my favorite season, though, but it does have a lot of visceral shit that's happening, which is really cool. A lot of times, what you people tend to love about Game of Thrones is the political dialogue, intrigue.
Yeah.
But this season is definitely like battles and interesting things happening all the time. Like we've seen more of the White Walkers and more of the dragons, and I feel like in this season than in any other season.
There's been some badass scenes with the dragons.
Yeah. Oh, I thought the dragon was gonna shoot like frost fire or some shit.
I thought it was gonna be ice, like an ice dragon. That's exactly what I was thinking.
And then it's just like it shoots just jet blue fire right at the wall and blows it up. I'm like, that is not what I expected.
This is all full of spoilers. Sorry. But.
Okay.
Wait, what were we talking about before?
We were talking about Target leaking Game of Thrones. I think
Bethesda.
we talked enough.
Yeah, I think
it's Target's fault that we did these spoilers. If they didn't leak it, we wouldn't have been talking about it.
The joke has been made, though, that this is maybe just another way to sell Skyrim again.
It's Game of Thrones Skyrim. Elder Scrolls 8.
I've never played Skyrim.
Skyrim's good. I mean, Oblivion is still my favorite game. I did not then know they ran on all fours. What the fuck? That guy is sliding around. Calm yourself. There you go. Nice. It's getting good. He's getting proficient. That guy's not dead. There you go. There you go. The spray, the hip fire spray.
Are you killing real people or?
No, he's not.
No, but there's a lot of real people on this server.
Oh man!
So
have you come across any yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, no, you shot. Well, not on the stream, but you just were killed by someone shooting at you.
That was at a
military place.
It was no. It was one of the servers was basically just having a death match, little arena.
And you were naked.
Yeah, I was naked in it. I'm naked right now, Peter. Oh, no, I'm not naked.
Wow, you're totally clothed. Jesus.
This server hooked it the fuck up.
What do you got? Like, fucking...
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you start with that gun and everything?
Yeah, it was all in my inventory. A gun, a pistol, a bat with nails in it.
Nice. A golf
some bandages. I've picked up the golf club.
Oh.
This is definitely DayZ Epoch level DayZ happening here.
Oh, my God, I'm bleeding out.
Oh, shit.
Are you being shot?
Ooh, 7%.
You better
5%.
Oh, whew.
get them
Oh, that
pills.
was a close one.
That was really
You
close.
just jumped from like 4% to 20%.
Yeah.
Go prone.
Oh, I did.
Is that what you're actually? Is that actually what's happening?
I'm gonna eat this bread.
I'm gonna eat this bread.
So the page is not loaded for me over here, but I know that the next story we're talking about is the
I got it.
HTC Vive. Its first permanent price drop.
That's awesome. That's down 25%. That's amazing. I mean, with how
That's
expensive
a
it was
decently
before.
sized drop. Decent sized drop too.
I feel bad for my friend that just bought one, like 4 or 5, 6 months ago.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Probably
at
longer
the
than that,
at the $7.99 price tag or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's $599 now. I don't know. It's still a bit pricey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the Oculus bundle that they're selling for $399 right now, which
But
I think
It's not. It's inferior though. I feel like.
it is, but that's still a damn good price for
Yeah.
for $399.
Yeah. I think as soon as Vive gets down to that price, there's gonna be no competition. They're gonna be that. They're eventually gonna have the best technology. I think.
I mean,
Who HTC?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so because the Vive just has superior technology. I mean,
it
That's
does,
true.
and I know there's a lot more that goes into like the cost of a product, right? Like there's
Absolutely,
there's
yeah.
way more than what we're considering. I would have much rather seen like $499. I know that $100 there could be a lot of variables there, but at $499, I think it would be. If I was thinking about buying another headset right now for the PC, it would definitely be a toss up then at $499. At
'Cause
$599 right now, I would probably go with the Oculus just because it's the whole bundle. People
it's-
really like the touch controllers too,
Mhm. Yeah. I like them.
and you don't have to. I mean, I guess you don't really have to use the Vive in room scale, do you?
No, they're smaller scales that
Yeah.
you can use the different setups. But I mean,
But
honestly,
that's kind of what it's made.
if you
for.
have the space, you might as well
right,
do a whole room setup.
and with the Oculus bundle, you'd have to buy at least one more sensor. I believe it
Yeah.
comes with 2 sensors, and then you'd have to buy like another $60 sensor.
Honestly,
so.
if you can afford to have a room with just a nice surround sound setup and an Oculus, or not an Oculus, HTC Vive, then you have it made. Like if you can get the 3D sound hooked up well enough, it's gonna sound so awesome. They actually have a VR bar in Ballard.
do
oh,
they?
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
If you guys want to ever do that,
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, that could be
come
fun.
to Mikasa.
Do they serve drinks there?
If not, we could just go get fucking tanked and then
First, and then
Because if a place has the name bar in their title and they don't serve drinks,
I don't think that's the name. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling it.
I just gonna put that right on them, Mario P.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that if it's a good fucking idea.
Some people get fucking seasick and vomit.
I mean, just be conservative about the games that you decide to play.
Drunk
go like,
people
I'm
known for
gonna-
being conservative.
I'm gonna play Lube Luge now. Anyway, funny things that I said.
I don't know. Have you had a lot of experience with the Vive or the Oculus to think that it's that much better?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have.
Because I've only used the Vive a couple times.
I feel like its tracking is more accurate, and the level of motion you have in the physical space you're in. I mean, it's just. I feel like just beyond the technology, the design, the way it's designed, and for what it's designed, like the amount of space you occupy when playing the game is far more interesting to me.
Gotcha.
And I think that there's other technologies like that, like Kinect, like that essentially was an idea that I had when I saw the Kinect the first time, is like VR and Kinect together, and that's, I think HTC is striving to accomplish that same thing with a lot of body motion tracking with the controllers, and I think that you'll have a more unique experience. And like another technology that if they could get it together is Omni, right? Like if you had
Right.
all 3 of those things, like a nice room, 3D sound, nice surround sound, the Vive, and the Omni, you're gonna have a really, really cool experience. Think about playing the Alien Isolation game
yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
absolutely.
incredible.
That would be awesome.
What they need to do on the Omni, though, I think, is make it so that when you crouch, it's known that you're crouching from the Omni, and so that way you're like doing like, so if you had to crouch in Alien Isolation and you're in this cramped spot, you're like, now there's all these physical concerns to your decision on where you're hiding. You're like, I've got to fucking crouch for like 5 minutes. you're gonna have the nicest butt ever.
Shouldn't you be able to track crouching from the actual headset though?
They could, yeah. I mean, but there could be sensors that are on the Omni that aren't in the Vive and so on. I mean, or if HTC just bought the Omni, you know, and then made it cheaper, essentially. Which is what I think the problem they're running into is sourcing something that's cheap enough for people to use. Because usually you need the thing to be super durable.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's really exciting. Probably still not going to buy it. I'll just, you know, mooch off my friends and go to this 3D place. They've got a ton of games listed.
Have you been there?
I have not. Friends of mine have. They said it was awesome. And they have a very big list of games. Some like they have Shadow of the Colossus, like that you can play.
Nice.
Really?
Which is, yeah, like go beat big ass Colossi, you know,
in VR.
In VR, yeah, it'd be really cool.
That could be pretty cool. That could be cool for something for us all to do and kind of then talk about later.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
We should discuss this after the show.
Yes. Yes. Sony says God of War 4 will be the most violent ever.
I mean, hasn't every one of them been the most violent ever until the next one came
it's
out?
It's self-one-upmanship at this point.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty much. It was just a...
kind of like Final Destination. Like, they're like, we made the most ridiculous horror ever, and then they have to do the same thing every time until it's on into absurdity.
Unfortunately, though, those usually get worse and worse.
Yeah.
When,
absolutely. I don't think God of War is in that category.
God of War has not gotten worse and worse. No, it's gotten better. Sorry. The dashboard on YouTube has not been working, and we've missed quite a few...
damn it!
Quite a few chat.
Let's go through them.
Well, most of it's from Josh.
Oh, okay. Well, that's unfortunate.
Motherfucker, you on vacation.
Yeah, what happened to that? Yeah.
Get to vacationing.
He says, well, at some point, about 15 minutes ago, he says he's watching and driving.
Oh,
that's we don't condone that.
No, we do not.
Neither does Josh. Maybe.
Oh, there's a bunch of dead zombies over here.
He says Prey 2 looked dope. So that
was dope.
We were talking about that a while ago. And then he says...
I don't know why I didn't say anything when I said that.
Okay, gotta focus on driving.
That's
good.
So. Should probably do that.
Hopefully, we have not seen any messages from him since then, so hopefully
he's either dead or still driving. Only two possibilities.
Hopefully he made it safely to his destination, or he'll pull off on the side of the road.
That's dude. Kill him. Oh, you wrecked that guy. There's some Counter-Strike skills.
Mariano Elgato says hola, and then a bunch of gibberish afterwards. So, hola.
Hola.
Thank you for joining us.
Was it actually gibberish, or was it a different language?
Paintball.
Well, one of it's definitely gibberish because it's just UV, 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 W, UV, UV, you know. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Hello there, UV.
I see a C, and then a colon V asterisk. But we've ignored them for a while, so they may have all left and aren't even paying attention anymore.
See, this is why I just forget that we're people are listening. Oh, dude, he's got a spiked baseball bat.
Oh, I started with that.
Oh, really? Wow.
No, we've been having some slowdown issues on this computer, and I just really haven't had a chance to get out here and look at what the hell's going on. It could just be like cleaned out or something. You know?
Yeah. It needs a little TLC.
Exactly, yeah.
Hey, get your sniper rifle on there. Sniper rifle. You beat it with a fucking... There you go. That's super dumb. You're just not allowed to pick it up off the ground and put it on your... in your hands, apparently. I don't like whatever site this is. What are you shooting?
I think
person?
there's a zombie way out there. I murdered that person. Oh my god, it's a naked dude.
Yeah, I think that's all we had in news. It was just...
I'm gonna beat him to death.
The reason for that Game of Thrones.
He's just smiling at you, dude.
God of War story
Getting
was
close.
that Sony was saying that there's scenes in there that are so violent that they won't even be able to put it up on the internet. Basically, that they won't put it up on the internet.
Of course they won't.
But everybody else will.
Yeah. But yeah, same thing. It just, of course it gets more violent every single time. But this one does look like it's going to be pretty cool from what I've seen so far.
I feel like any God of War fan is not going to be surprised by that statement.
No,
They're just
absolutely
like,
not.
Oh, okay, cool. So
they
it's
would
good.
be disappointed if it wasn't going to be more violent.
So it's good. That's good.
I believe this is the 8th installment, it said, of 7th or 8th installment. I can't load the article
But the number
back
is
up,
still
so.
4, right?
Yes.
But there were other games
there's a couple PSP games and stuff like that. So.
Fuck. So this is the main continuation though, which is cool.
Yeah. This is after he's killed all of the Greek gods and is moving on to Norse mythology now, I believe.
Dude, he's like transcending religious barriers, man.
I mean, why
He's like,
not, right?
I'll kill whoever.
Why not?
Bring Jesus. I got this.
Oh man, I kind of can't wait for that.
Him versus the Christians.
Yeah. But I think that's all we've got on news, unless you guys have anything else to add.
No,
I think,
no.
Adam, you can just kind of tell us
Pick
what,
up, man.
what's been going on with this game.
Like most zombie survival games, you've got food, water, health. This has radiation, stamina, air for when you're swimming. You have to eat, drink, different types of bandages. You can get sick.
I feel like the air is one of those metrics that you don't need to see all of the time.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, just pop up when you're actually underwater.
Yeah, exactly.
And so yeah, as far as that is concerned, it is pretty run-of-the-mill Survivor. It is free to play. You can pay $5 for a starter pack, but that's really the only thing for sale. It's basically just a loadout. If you want to play that way, oh, that is a motherfucking chainsaw.
Guy wants to make a couple bucks.
Yeah, no, it's one dude making this, so I don't blame him for selling a loadout like that. By
You're
all means,
Thug -2, bro.
am I?
Oh, Anarchy Mustang. You're not even you.
No, I'm not. I'm playing.
No, it's under
You're
my
giving
account.
people false perceptions of real Adam.
Oh, you made me Thug -2.
Yeah.
You bad guy. You
I
are
guess
not.
Anarchy Mustang sounds like a
You know
chaos
what?
sort
Anarchy
of
Mustang,
character.
you just don't give a shit either
Yeah.
way. So.
I am.
You like a honey badger.
But the one thing that is kind of unique about this game is the art style. It still has a day-night cycle, again, just like most Survivor games. Pretty much just falls right in there.
Unique to Survivor or just unique in general?
For what, the art style?
Yeah.
Unique to Survivor.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely not unique in general. In
Okay,
fact,
I was
this
about
is
to say, I'm like, I wanted to play Minecraft.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's a free survival game that's actually fairly in-depth. So if you don't have any cash and you're all right with dealing with this, you could definitely enjoy yourself. It is still fun. It started out as a single-player game. Is now multiplayer. Tons of servers. It does support modding, so people are getting all kinds of creative and making little battle royale servers and things like that.
Huh.
They free though, Peter. This is free. But yes,
I just want to play PUBG with you, Adam.
I want to play PUBG with you too, Peter, but it costs dollars.
You have doll hairs now.
I mean, I do most of the time, yes.
Okay.
We have a listener that has bought in the game and has nobody to play it with.
This game?
No, PUBG.
Oh, okay. Yeah, play with me. I'll play with you.
Who is this listener?
Rick. You've met him before.
Do I know who Rick is?
I've met him a couple of times,
You've
I
probably
believe.
met him at one of the barbecues in the past.
Okay, cool. Rick.
It's usually with Mike.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I know Rick. Yeah. Okay.
He started watching a bunch of gameplay videos for PUBG and decided to end up buying it, but now he's like, man, it'd be much more fun if there was actually friends to play with.
Rick, who were you watching? What videos were you watching? I'd be curious to find out.
Yeah, I don't know.
He'll tell us. Maybe.
He's not in the chat right
Well,
now. This was
fuck,
So-
Rick.
This was
Probably
a
not.
conversation from a while ago.
Damn it, Rick. You're never gonna see this again.
But hopefully he's listening and he will hook up with you guys on Steam.
Yeah, let's hook up, Rick.
Yeah. Back to this Unturned. It does have a crafting system and base building and all of that fun stuff that one would expect. I mean, as far as content inside of this game for a survival game, it's pretty fucking decent and in-depth. I will give it that. It is pretty clunky. The art is different, but it's not the worst game I've ever played. It's not the worst, even the worst survival game I've ever played.
I played way shittier games than this.
Yeah.
There's games that you used to play when you were a kid that you thought were really cool, and you just put a bunch of effort into it. You go back and play those games, fuck. My a friend of mine and I used to play a game called Feng Wayne. It was like a online RPG, massively multiplayer. Went back and played it like a couple years, is like five years ago with him, and this is back from when we were in high school. It was bad. I was like, I played this game, so I do say that this game has got some serious UI problems.
It definitely does. It also has some serious collision problems from time to time.
Oh yeah, the quicksand.
Yeah.
We are actually playing it in 720 right now because all the words were totally unreadable from where you guys.
They got way too small.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that.
So we had to turn down the resolution because it was almost impossible to read some of it. And
I'm not sure what the game is made in. I don't want to give the guy too much
it's
BS.
Unity.
Oh, there's automatic text scaling in the component, bro. Oh, I'm sorry. You're never gonna listen to me, but I'm just gonna say, in Unity 5.4, they integrated Text Mesh Pro directly into the engine, and it has an auto-scaling font size where you can choose a range of font sizes, and it doesn't cause performance issues because they have a sign compression system for your fonts. So, hashtag Unity. So, there you go. Sorry. But this stuff, I could make this UI 5 minutes. Probably. 5 minutes. Like, all the stuff that's here is super easy. Could, like, do it blindfolded.
Well, do it right now, Peter. Live on the show.
Well,
blindfolded.
His game is apparently not open source. Otherwise, maybe I'd help him with it.
No, you wouldn't.
Probably not.
No.
But it would be damn good practice. I might, though. I might, actually. Because you always need stuff for your portfolio, because being in the games industry is hard, as you can see.
I think the settings menus are kind of a mess, too. We were looking around for some kind of text scaling option to see if we, like, just a slider to change things or anything.
Nothing.
There's no, at least that I could find right before the show, I was trying to look for just to set everything up to very high or something. You know, there's no just presets of that. You have to go through each individual thing, and some of them are already turned off, and I don't know what. I don't want to turn something on that's going to give us performance issues all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, actually, there's a possibility that is one thing. I don't know what version of Unity that he was making, but before Text Mesh Pro was available in the asset store for Unity, you would have these really, at least for us, when we were making cross-platform games, I'm not sure what the support is for this, but even on Windows computers, if you had text scaling set to automatic, it would essentially have to regenerate a texture map for your font on the fly, which caused fucking terrible performance problems.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
So we had to change, and eventually what I ended up doing was pre-caching font sizes based off of your like, I essentially would calculate the font size that I would need and then retroactively loaded it over time.
Gotcha.
And so that way we wouldn't run into problems. But that was a fucking pain in the ass to write, and it was stupid that I even had to write it. But when using an engine like Unity, but now it should be fairly easy. But it's hard for people to update their games sometimes, because there's so many features that are grounded in an older version, and they'd have to go back and rewrite a lot of code.
Yes.
So maybe that's what's happened. Maybe he might just be stuck in a very particular version of Unity.
I think that was a problem. I know we've kind of talked about it a little bit because you know a lot about Unity. And, one of my favorite games, Kerbal Space Program, is built on Unity.
Yeah.
But I think it may be a lot of those issues too. I've heard that before, where they were saying like there's some memory management issues and stuff like that would have taken like a large rewrite to fix some of those. Like, so they it got to the point where they were like, really, you just have to kind of rewrite the whole game, because it kind of grew into something that they weren't expecting it to be when they first started it out.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when your game becomes popular, and I can totally understand that. Games like Unreal have far less memory problems because the memory management has to be written by you. Because C++, there is no garbage collection system like there is in C#. There isn't a what's the word I'm searching for? There isn't a management program running all the time to compile your,
Gotcha.
decompile your code.
Unless you, but
Compile your code.
it leaves it up to you. So I mean, it's a little more work that you have to do, but at the same time, you have more control over it.
You have way
too
more
then,
control over it.
so.
The problem with C# in general is that when you have variables, if the variable is associated in any way, garbage collection will not get rid of it. So to guarantee you want to get rid of it, you have to, the word is implement an interface iDisposable in order to make it disposable, so the garbage collection system knows what to do with it once it's been destroyed. But garbage collection doesn't run at all the time because it takes a lot of memory to run it. It takes a lot of processing power. So you have to, if you want to make sure something's gone, there's a bunch of like non-standard ways of making the thing flush the memory.
Gotcha.
And you run into a lot of problems like that with running it with Unity. Although now I think now as of like Unity 5.4 or 5.2, they have this compiler they wrote called IL2CPP. IL is the Microsoft intermediate language, and that's how they compile your code. And so they recently got rid of that. Instead, they just pre-process your whole project into C++ directly. But when you look at your code in C++, it's ambiguous bullshit. Like, you can't even read it.
Gotcha.
But so you still have all the benefits of C#, but you have some of the performance benefits of C++. So it's supposed to work really well. But I don't think that's what this guy's doing. I mean, especially since he was 16, you said, when he started
When he started it, yeah.
Which is still, I mean, this is very impressive for that.
And I think with Kerbal Space Program, they're probably running into that all the time. Like, because they have a bunch of little components that are all rigid physics objects.
Right.
And they probably have a bunch of behaviors like the snap functionality when you're building it.
So with Kerbal Space Program, like, if you have, everything gets physics applied to it directly, every part. So if you have like this huge, massive ship that you built, it's not really seen as one object. It's seen as a bunch of little objects all very close to each other.
Yeah.
You know? So the physics are all calculated on each one individually.
Yeah, you're going to run into performance problems like that in any game, though. But Unity specifically isn't the most performant. It's just as capable of making any other game, though. I mean, that Unreal is, or any other, like, AAA engine. So
yeah.
I like looking at the Made with Unity website. I'm sure
just to see what
just what they've made.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I don't think every game that's made in Unity is on there, but there's a lot of games on there that you wouldn't guess were made in Unity. But Unity like, it excels at 2D games a lot. Like, it's much better for making 2D games than Unreal is, or something like that. Although it doesn't stop people from doing it. But that's awesome that he's using Unity for this game. Good for him. I mean, there's a lot of community support for him to figure this kind of stuff out, especially at the age that he was when he first started making this.
I believe this game first came out in 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's 18 or 19 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got like very positive ratings on Steam.
Yeah, it even has. That's one thing I forgot. It even has skill trees and stuff. Like, it's in depth for sure.
So how many points do you have?
148.
That's your points?
Yeah, down here. So
okay.
Points. You get an X amount of experience every time you kill something.
Wait, and you'll go back. Overkill. What was overkill?
Oh, punch and melee with greater force.
Damn. 7%. It's a lot, actually.
I've got enough. I'm gonna buy some.
Get it up to 100%.
Nah.
Make your punches deadly.
I don't know if that's all you had for the game.
We came
to
a lull, so I think it is.
Yeah, it's a free, fun little survival game that's, if you really want to get into it, there's a decent amount to get into.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess we'll hop on to our last little bit here. So we are talking about LUNAR, a detailed 3D printed moon model and AR app.
I think that this product is really cool.
So it's an Indiegogo. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, I put the website up in focus so you can see it. There's 3 different sizes. You can see the picture here. There's the 12 centimeter, an 8 centimeter, and a 3 centimeter. They're all apparently though have just as high resolution according to. So the model is 0.006 millimeters per pixel precision, and that's apparently on all the models, even the smallest one, according to their Indiegogo here.
I need to wrap my mind around how that's possible. Are these different? What are these?
Different maps.
Oh, I see.
So, and here's kind of a little GIF of the AR, the app that you would use with this. So basically, you're just like looking at different parts of the surface, and it'll show you what's there and information about that area. Looks like there's some little videos and stuff too,
which is awesome. I think just having beyond having the AR, I think having a scale accurate model of the moon is fucking cool by itself.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it was a really good time for them to do that Indiegogo campaign. I mean, right before the eclipse. I mean, they started it before the eclipse, right?
Oh, I believe so.
Yeah.
Well, I'd have
it's
to
like
assume
403% funded now, I think. When we're looking at it.
I mean, what cool kind of memento? That's a cool memento to have if you if you were kind of a nerd about the eclipse this year, and then
So here's some cool pictures if you're watching this on YouTube. It's a comparison of an area on this model compared to the actual image from NASA. They're pretty. It's pretty accurate. And the NASA images obviously look a little bit more detailed than the 3D printed object, but it's pretty cool. Bit pricey though.
Yeah.
So
especially if you get the larger one.
Yeah, here's the specs. So the LUNAR Pro, the largest one is 128,969,000th scale. It also weighs 1,334 grams.
I don't.
It's hard to visualize that, right?
It's hard for me to think about how heavy that is. It's not super heavy, but
no.
It's like maybe like 3 pounds, 4 pounds. I don't know.
2.9 pounds.
Okay.
According to Google, so yeah, pretty close.
So
it's still got some weight to it. Yeah,
for sure. I like that. I like things that I buy to be heavy. Like when I want weight has a feeling of quality.
It really does. Mm-hmm.
Or age, but either way, usually older phones last longer, I guess.
So here's where we get to the price, though. So it's $179 for the LUNAR Pro, which is the larger 12-centimeter one. There is a early bird. Let me see if those are still. Sorry, I'm scrolling. I don't like scrolling too fast on the stream, but.
Unlike Adam here.
Don't give a fuck.
No, yeah, there's still some available. So
PEI Arena.
You can get the mini, the 3-centimeter one for $50, and it's without shipping. And then you can get the regular size one, the 8-centimeter one, for about $90.
Okay.
I wonder if lowercase Russia is different than uppercase Russia.
Oh, for the maps?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you want to spend a little bit more, you can get all 3 of those sizes.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'm just gonna.
I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe choose a different server.
I'm turning him down a little on the stream here, so.
Adam's get lazy over here.
So yeah, if you want to spend $300, you can get all 3 sizes, and there's also, let me see if I can find it. Let's see, the ultimate set. So $479, you get all three units. Let's see. Maybe you don't get all 3 of them. It looks like just the Pro, but you also get a model of the solar system. So you get all the planets in the 3-centimeter diameter size.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah. I don't know. They don't show if like the app works with all the planets too. I'm sure that would be a whole nother, that would be quite a bit of information they'd have to pull over. But for that price, maybe it might come at some point. But I do agree that this is a pretty cool little. It'd just be cool to have one to play with, right? Like,
Right.
just kind of look at.
I still think beyond that, just having a token of the eclipse this year.
There was since they got over, so they're at 100. They're at 407%. They have raised over $146,000. And since they went over their $100,000 goal, all backers will get a free moon footprint.
I saw that. That's really cool, and that's supposed to be pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is pretty cool. But I think that's about all we had for that. It's like
It's the limit of our content here.
so. Let's see. There's a couple more people. Plasmasker. I don't know if I said that name right. He says, "Yo, just joined.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us." Mr. Trolls Games says you suck, but that seems obvious from a troll, right?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Mr. Trolls. That's
And,
a real good constructive criticism.
Hey, a gun store.
King Cool 17 says, "FU2 is not so cool."
Okay.
So
I mean, you do you, man. You do you.
But always, thanks for joining us. If you do like what you see, I guess like and subscribe.
So we had two people that didn't like us.
That's what it looks like,
Okay.
But it's the internet. It's not too
No,
bad.
no, I'm not
So
personally offended that you don't like me.
I actually prefer it.
I mean, if you just get on a stream just to say that, I think that you're not the kind of person that I want to hang out with.
yeah, we can always use more activity in the chat, even if it's
Even if it's all negative,
Yeah.
everybody hates us.
as long as it's real words, right? Like
Oh, not VU, colon asterisks. I know, I kind of like that guy. He didn't say you suck or F you. So, I mean, I feel like that was, maybe he was saying something positive in his language. Jesus, you were not good at shooting.
You.
It could have
Maybe
been,
that's what they were talking
and
about.
if that's the case, I apologize.
For Adam being bad?
I do, but no, if maybe I didn't understand what they were saying.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yes, I do believe they are talking about Adam being bad.
Oh, I
probably not.
completely agree with you guys.
Do you not see the smackdown I just put down on all of these motherfucking zombies? I only lost.
You gotta slow down. There's a guy. You're just like, why? It's just when you're running backwards and wildly shooting that nothing seems to happen.
Man.
That guy dropped water.
This server, whoa, what is?
Like, he didn't go in the pharmacy and grab
Nice.
his drugs, bro.
That's where I'm headed.
Is there a ton of people in this server?
Yeah, that's why I came to this one.
So you can kill people.
That was the hope.
Have you killed anybody
I
yet?
I killed a
Or-
shitload of zombies.
Yeah.
Zambies. So this is like the PvP server.
It looks like there's a lot of killing going on in that server.
Yeah. Oh,
You're getting wrecked.
shit.
You lit up, dog.
I was right there.
Oh, nice try. Dude. Weren't you just in that building?
I was just in that building. I don't know.
Is he making out with your body?
He's
Like, what
tossing my dead bum. That's what he's doing.
Jeez. Oh, hey, they got a freaking. What is this guy? Is he dead? Oh, he didn't wreck you. Shot you in the head. I just spit. Wow, man, you're really not good at this game compared to the people that are like fucking making dope, moving headshots.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad. I was naked and had to punch him to
Are you
death.
sure you're naked? You totally are.
Yeah.
Where would you like? How did you have all that weaponry from before?
I think the first time you load into it, that's the loadout to get you started.
Do you
and then
have
after
any
that,
slots when you're naked?
My hands. Just
Oh,
the
okay,
things I can
okay.
carry
so
in
all
my
you need
hands.
to do is kill one of those fresh spawns, and then you're made.
This dude has to jump to the roof. That's pretty sweet.
Wait, you should go there. This could be someone's house. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Go run up on those platforms, dude.
Try and break the fuck in.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to make that jump, but you should try anyway. Get a running start. Get your sprint
got
on,
this.
dog.
You
Get your
got
sprint
this.
on.
For sure.
Waiting for 100% energy. You did not jump.
I did jump.
That was weak.
That was the jump?
That was fucking
This is
weak,
the jump.
dude.
This is your jump right here.
That's so weak.
I'm out of stamina.
I don't remember you doing that though. I want you to try again.
It'll be different this time.
Do you guys have anything else, or you want to get on out of here? Well,
No.
we went on quite a Game of Thrones rant for a while there.
We did go on a Game of Thrones, but I mean, how can you not go on a Game of Thrones?
Absolutely.
It's required these days. I mean,
but
there's only 6 episodes left, people. Oh, you got a fucking knife, dude. Stab me.
I'm gonna cut you. Just a naked man stabbing people.
The zombies. They're not people. They're no longer people.
There is a new Science Nights episode out. That,
I believe I'm on that one.
You are, yeah.
Oh,
It's
God, it's bound to be bad.
It's
Eclipsey.
me, you, and Tyler from Comics Brew talking about our experience in Oregon at the eclipse.
Which was amazing. Anybody that gets the opportunity to see an eclipse, and not just
Do it.
98 or 99%, but a full 100% eclipse, because it's different.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I highly, highly recommend you do so.
2024 is the next one coming up in the States.
Can I dual wheel nights? Yeah. And that's just down in Texas, the middle of the country. What?
And East, a lot of the East Coast.
so
it's like
it goes
Texas
from-
to Boston or something like
Yeah,
that, right?
It goes from like Mexico to Maine, basically.
It's a good
I think
stretch.
the fear is though, because it's in April, so I think the fear is that most places are going to have shitty weather right then.
Yeah.
So
Texas is probably your best bet.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to guarantee clear skies, get as close to Mexico as possible. So like what
Right.
I've been
Just not Mexico City.
the idea I've been kicking around. Well, even better if you're willing to leave the country and go to Mexico to view it.
I've been to Mexico before. It's not terrible.
Mexico City has terrible smog problems.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh,
go to
that's
Mexico
that
City.
very well could be. I hope there's a car up here for racetrack.
The best idea I've seen so far is probably fly into San Antonio and then drive a couple hours down to one of the border towns.
And then deal
You'll
with
still be
crazy.
in the line of totality,
Yeah.
which I believe is bigger, is a longer totality this time too.
Oh,
Really,
cool.
that'd be rad because
I think so.
like we were in one of the spots with the longest amount of totality, and it was only 2 minutes and 6 seconds. So like, there's really you don't have time to do anything
No.
other than to like look straight up.
I was trying to balance my time between looking at it, trying to take a picture, trying to like.
I wanted to look
get
at like
the
other shit
environment.
around it and
Yeah,
stuff, and just
exactly.
don't have time.
And
So-
by the end of it, you're like, "Fuck, man, I want to go see another one now."
Yeah. It was amazing. Most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I
There-
see Peter on a regular
There
basis.
is a
Damn.
so Royal Caribbean is doing a cruise for the 2019 one.
What?
Well, hold on, because it's like $8,000.
Oh, never mind. Completely
per
uninterested
person
now. Yeah.
at the
fuck
lowest package. You know
that.
Like,
Noise.
yeah, the most expensive package I think was like 25,000.
That'd be fucking dope, though.
Yes,
well,
yes, it would.
yeah.
It's probably worth the money if
Because
you
they're
can
like,
afford it.
so they'll just the 2019 eclipse is mostly over the ocean.
Right.
It just ends in like the Chile, Argentina area.
Why not
you know?
take advantage of that opportunity?
So
as a-
they're like,
as a
yeah, right, because
fucking
they're like,
cruise?
they will monitor the weather patterns. They can go wherever they need to
Yeah.
go to make sure.
Yeah.
If you're out in the middle of the ocean, you get almost a full 5 minutes of totality.
Holy shit.
It's like
really?
440 something or
Just-
something like that.
It's probably cold as fuck
Oh, yeah.
when it's totality. Because there isn't any ground holding all the heat.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
true.
Ocean.
The temperature change was crazy. Like that morning, like out getting up for breakfast and having breakfast, it was hot. So like
Yeah.
I changed into shorts. And then during the eclipse, it got cold, and I put on a sweatshirt. This is a vehicle.
I think, in Washington, in Seattle, I
what?
think we had 93%.
I don't.
Something along that. Yeah, it was like 92 point something, or I think. But
And the temperature drop here was significant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I always thought that it was getting, before I talked to you guys, that the temperature drop in Oregon must have been more significant. I don't know by how much. Might have even been imperceptible. I don't know.
I don't know how much it was. It was definitely noticeable. I didn't really we didn't do anything to specifically measure that, right? Like I kind of looked at what the thermostat on my car said, what the outside temperature was,
Right.
and then checked it again right before totality. I didn't check anything during, obviously, you know.
Yeah.
But that would be definitely something to do next time if you have a little more time to plan and
Yeah. I mean,
Stuff like
mine was
that.
just getting up on the roof of our office building.
Right.
And then I took a pillow and a blanket and then put them on and just watched it the whole time.
Ah.
Like I didn't move at all. I watched it. I mean, for the minutes leading up to our version of totality,
right.
but it was pretty sweet.
It was definitely.
Yeah,
it was amazing. I
amazing.
talked, like I said earlier. I think I talked to a couple of other people already that have said too, like, described it as life changing.
Yeah, it's unexplainable. Like, you just can't explain it to people that haven't seen it.
But we did discuss it a little more in detail in the Science Nights episode, so go check that out. Science-nights.com. There's also a few other episodes to check out that are worth checking out. So. We are doing a thing tomorrow also.
We are?
We are. In the afternoon, we will be streaming with the Comic Dads. I don't know what game we're streaming yet, though. So
Who is,
it will be a surprise.
Who's that with?
So the Comic Dads
I know well, yeah, okay, yeah. No, you do that first. Who are the Comic Dads?
They are a local podcast here that we met last year around RenCon. And they do comic books and other geeky stuff that's kind of all in our wheelhouse also. So,
which of us is going to be there?
whoever wants to be.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It will definitely be at least me and Josh.
Oh, Josh is only going down for the day?
Yes.
Is something on fire?
I don't know. I'm going to it.
Okay.
But you
That's a
guys,
stack of boxes.
you guys are more than welcome to stop by also, pending work schedules and all that junk.
I will unfortunately not be able to.
Everett Wiggum says hi. Hello.
That's a Mr. Wiggum. It's probably more like Wickham, though.
Wigham.
Oh no,
So,
I'm making
Wickham.
a joke about his name related to Pride and Prejudice.
Oh, gotcha.
Mr. Wickham. But yeah, sorry, dude. Joke at your expense. Although, you know, that character is evil, you're probably a cool dude.
Yes, absolutely.
It's locked, so you're going to
Thanks.
stab it to death.
Thanks for joining us,
Well,
even
yeah.
though we are kind of signing out here. So.
Yeah. I'm sorry you missed it, but we're here every Monday if you'd like to come back.
Yes, or, you know, I mean, you could just rewind the video on YouTube and watch
Yeah,
it.
Again,
or,
and
you know,
again.
that.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, I think that's it. Subscribe and find out what game we're playing tomorrow and when we stream more games.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say goodbye.
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 Goodbye.